So welcome back to my channel, and today I want to talk about a little bit about what is the future for humankind and what it can look for us. What can we expect? And I think in 10, 20 years in the future, everything gonna look something like I'm gonna show you now. And it's not far from truth, I think. And let's just see what the future kind of looks for us. And I think there is no escape from it. It's the same like the mobile phones came to us, and all that technology, we just use it. And maybe some people say that they don't want the chips in our brains or to be augmented, but the reality is when the masses take this thing, there are gonna be, of course, some people that are gonna not choose this way, and maybe they live somewhere from all the system and the masses of people that they use that technology, but mostly all the people gonna accept it, I think. And let's just see how it gonna look. This is my opinion, of course, and just let's see what the future gonna bring to us. So here I have a cyberpunk trailer, and really if you look at it, it's people that are augmented in the future, and that's how it's gonna look.
Welcome to Night City.
Of course, the fighting.
Night City, the rules are different.
Yeah, it's cool. Night City. You can be
Stakes are
augmented. You
The
have
only
the
limit to
power.
what you can do is what you're willing to become.
Yeah, you see that cyborg. That's how you're gonna look.
Is what you're willing to become.
Like that guy. You're gonna look like that guy. And it's top level if you're rich. Yeah, or like these
Is
two.
what you're willing to become.
I mean, like the dog and the. Yeah, you can have a third eye, robot third eye.
Stronger, faster, better. Yeah.
Let's see another video game that really shows the future. Yep, they are augmented.
We are human beings. Each and every one of us.
That's our future.
This must not go on.
Well, it's maybe good for the guys that don't have legs or arms.
An increase in the number of terrorist attacks highlights the danger posed
But
by
that's-
augmented citizens.
I once thought I could save the world. Now look at it.
Help me.
Well, I don't know about the invisibility, but really, these games just show us the real future. And of course, when you look at that, how you don't want to be that badass like this, flying, having superpowers. It's like unreal, but this is getting real. And to really come to the point, you can already see the starting points of this. It's like Apple Vision Pro. You already see the beginnings of it. And this is only now that they show us. Maybe they already have something more, but it's just the beginning for the population. So yeah. Now it looks like that. Yeah, it looks like that now, but it's fun already. The famous people who have a lot of followers, they're already showing it and filming themselves using this thing. And now it looks a little bit strange, but now it looks like this. And not so far from future, it's gonna look more like this or like this. Now it looks a little bit. Now it doesn't look so fancy or good, but it's gonna look like something in Cyberpunk. Now it's big cables coming out through the chip in the head. And what I'm talking about, it's the Elon's Neuralink. They already made the first human with the chip. Yeah, Neuralink begins first human experiments. And you can see before they even had the monkey with the chip and it's playing the game with Neuralink. So it's already happening. You just maybe don't see it. Not everybody see it. But it's really gonna happen, and it's just question of time. And a lot of, like I told you, a lot of people gonna see, nah, I'm not doing it. I will never take some chip or augment myself. But when they gonna see other people doing it and what they get from it, it's just gonna be crazy. And maybe let's listen what had to say the fake Elon Musk on Alex Jones show.
We like to view as these okay, humans have this existential paradox built into them. We initially want to surpass anything that surpasses us or eliminate it if we can't. This is why we're afraid of anything that's different, say, for instance, technology. I think, for instance, when we look at AI, we look at what it's capable of, and we look at the fact that we are capable of, say, generating a simulated reality in which we can do almost anything, we start to ask these questions and say, oh my God, let's look within real quick and then see how that is being projected out into the world and how much of what we think.
So yeah, it's the things, the AI. Without AI, I think we couldn't start doing this, but it's already these elements coming together. And in the future, really.
Is not real is real. So it's like if you think of ourselves and how we navigate through the world, we are like a machine that continually projects out into the world a web of assumptions that then gets adjusted by whatever structure someone else perceives or we perceive. And then we internalize that and then we think it's reality. So by default, whatever version of reality that we think is real is exceedingly limited to our senses. So I agree in the sense that,
So upgrade yourself and your senses will go beyond that of what we have now, natural senses that are limited.
we don't see much of our reality. Say with David Ackley saying we should see we should see the Wi-Fi field. I think all of this is possible. We could actually see, or say perceive rather, more of the reality that is around us if we were to augment ourselves as opposed to discarding the augmentation. If AI, for instance, gets connected to us, I don't think it's going to be the end of us. It's just going to help us evolve faster and better. You see, you can't beat this thing.
You see, it's not so bad. You're gonna evolve, and we're gonna conquer now the universe, another planets.
It's better than us. It is much better than us. It is not just better than us. It is all of us put together.
Isn't it funny? God created us perfect, but we ourselves gonna make us much better versions of ourselves when we augment ourselves.
In one thing, simplified without the biological constraints that every other human brain has. It is actually quite a beautiful technology, but it is also risky. And I think the risk factor is something.
Oh yeah, it is risky, and believe me, in this world, we have a lot of evil people.
That should be spoken of, but in a realistic sense, to the point that we don't stop its development.
Yeah, even the fake Elon Musk on Alex Jones show talk about how we must get augmented to level up our humanity. It's our next step in evolution. So let's see what did Putin say about AI and a little bit on Elon Musk in the interview not long ago aired on Tucker Carlson.
When does the AI empire start, do you think?
Doom, 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 empire.
Yeah.
You're asking increasingly more complicated questions. To answer them, you need to be an expert in big numbers, big data, and AI. Mankind is currently facing many threats. Due to the genetic researches, it is now possible to create a superhuman, a specialized human being, a genetically engineered athlete.
Oh yeah, and China is good at it, I think. They are really doing it.
Scientist, military man. There are reports that Elon Musk had already had a chip implanted in the human brain in the USA.
Oh yes, he did. And like I said, it's just beginning.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think there's no stopping Elon Musk. He will do as he sees fit. Nevertheless, you need to find
Of course, he wants to augment us all and conquer the Mars, be emperor of the Mars.
some common ground with him, search for ways to persuade him. I think he's a smart person, I truly believe he is. So you need to reach an agreement with him because this process needs to be formalized and subjected to certain rules.
Well, I don't know about the governments of the world coming and making some laws for technology.
Humanity has to consider what is going to happen due to the newest development in genetics or in AI. One can make an approximate prediction of what will happen. Once mankind felt an existential threat coming from nuclear weapons, all nuclear nations began to come to terms with one another since they realized the negligent use of nuclear weaponry could drive humanity to extinction.
Control, baby.
It is impossible to stop research in genetics or AI today, just as it was impossible to stop the use of gunpowder back in the day.
That's kind of right, you cannot stop this.
But as soon as we realize that the threat comes from unbridled and uncontrolled development of AI, or genetics, or any other field, the time will come to reach an international agreement on how to regulate these things.
I appreciate all the time
So, what Putin maybe said that he concluded the same, that really what's happening now, you cannot stop it. And like I said, I think the future looks like we're gonna get augmented if you want it or not. Of course, like I said, you can maybe escape from the city communities if they don't put the smart cities or something like that, but that's kind of what's await for us, and we're gonna get upgraded. Of course, maybe you say now that you don't want it, but really look at your phones. The phone is already like part of you, part like augmented you, but it's not on your skin yet or in your brain like a chip, but it's really always in your hand, in your pocket. So I don't know what you think. Comment in the video below. What the future gonna look like in 10 years, 20 years? Are we gonna go really the path of the augmentation with the AI and all the genetic upgrades? Or are we gonna be smart and just use the power of AI and maybe use the robots or some kind of that combination? So are you ready for the future? Because it's interesting what we're gonna see in the future. Like our parents and grandparents saw the first moon landings and going to cosmos, and we're gonna maybe see some crazy things that just awaits for us. And of course, I know one guy who really would benefit from the chip in his brain and really helped even the Americans, if he had it. I think this is the guy. Because lately people are speaking, especially doctors, that something isn't right with him. And he's talking nonsense. But if he gets some upgrade from Elon Musk, if he asks it nicely, he could, be the top president right now. So, Joe Biden, go get your chip and show us how it's done. See you in the next one.